So, Marvel Avengers closed beta is finally here, and everyone who pre-ordered the game are currently playing it on the PlayStation 4. Now, first of all, I want to thank Square Enix for providing me the beta access for this game. I have been playing the beta a lot. And I also know that a lot of you guys are interested in knowing on how this game really is and if it is worth pre-ordering this game or not. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick little review on the beta and what my first impressions about this game really is. And what are all the goods and what are all the bads that needs to be changed or left alone in the final game. So starting the game off, you get to play this first opening mission called the A-Day, which is already shown in the Avengers gameplay reveal and demos, where we get to try out all the heroes in Team Avengers including Thor, who will only be available to play in the first introduction mission for the beta. Now, this A-Day mission honestly started the game off giving me some kind of real high expectations for the upcoming missions, the beta, so that I can start playing co-op with my friends. And I really have to say this though, that the way the game presents you the objectives is something that really needs to be changed in the final game. Because after I finished the first mission doing everything solo and trying to figure out how I can invite my friends into the lobby, that's where the game started to really test my patience. Because in order to play the game with your friends, you will apparently have to complete a few tasks that the game doesn't really explain to the players at all. So me and my friends ended up wasting an entire hour trying to figure out on how we can play this game together. Now after an entire hour, we finally found the way to do it, and the game asked us to go downstairs and complete some kind of a virtual reality combat training session, which was located somewhere downstairs in the Avengers base, and it literally took me about 30 minutes running around the entire base trying to figure out where this goddamn basement is. And the game doesn't really tell you on where to go, nor does it have a mini map in order to guide you to your destination. Now even after 30 minutes, I couldn't really find out how I can get to this downstairs, so I had to go watch a YouTube video where IGN posted where they explained on how you can go downstairs inside the Avengers base, because that is how hard it was to find this damn door. Now I finally went downstairs, completed all the tutorials, and finally got ready to play the game with my friends. And trust me, I was so excited to get into a lobby with my friends and play as all these Avengers superheroes, and we have already chosen our favorite heroes, so we don't really have to fight over characters on who gets who during the game. Now when I got into the actual co-op game, I was expecting to see gameplay like the A-Day mission, because that is how the game started off with the introduction, making me think that the rest of the game is going to look like that. But it turns out that the rest of the missions in the beta was a little different from what I expected. Now the rest of the missions felt more like an arena-based superhero game. And a very good example to how I would describe this game being similar to is with the Monster Hunter world. And it is a really fun concept, to be honest, and playing as the Avengers is the best thing ever. And I played all the other characters in the game, but Hulk was the one that really hooked me into how destructible the combat system really looked like. Now speaking of combat, I also want to touch into some of the subject regarding the AI in the game. Now the AI companions in this game are extremely well done. Now your teammate AIs are just incredible. They do their job perfectly without really having to interfere with your playstyle, and especially when you get downed sometimes, your AI teammates are extremely good at reviving you and supporting you during the combat. Now the same also goes for the enemy AIs that are not any less as well. The enemies in this game are super challenging, and playing the mission on a higher difficulty would really make the game a lot more fun. And that is also how I would recommend you guys to play the entire beta. Try to play the game in the maximum difficulty as possible so you can have all the fun you basically can. And to be completely honest though, this game is a lot more fun if you're playing it with a group of friends, because that is basically how they've designed this game to be originally played. Now you can also matchmake with random players if you don't really have any friends to play this game with, of course, but I would highly suggest you guys to play this game with a group of friends because you will absolutely enjoy every bit of it. Now let's talk about the missions in this game. Now the missions in the beta are pretty small. Like the maximum time you would basically take in order to complete a hardest difficulty mission would be around 15 to 20 minutes long. And if you're playing the game on any lower difficulty, then it would only take you about 7 to 10 minutes long at the max. Now that's probably because this is just a beta, so obviously they don't want to give us all the content the game has to offer just in the beta itself. But what I really hope to see in the full launch of the game is more story missions and gameplay, like the actual A-Day opening mission that I got to play as soon as I fired up this game. Because the other missions in the beta isn't anything like the A-Day mission, and I really hope that the full game is different and has more of this linear narrative to these missions, rather than having every mission feeling repetitive to a point where I actually felt like I've already done the same mission in the previous one, but then I went on and checked to see that it was a completely different mission. So that is basically how repetitive the current beta missions really are. And I clearly get it that the beta is just designed to show us a very little piece of what to be expecting in the final version. And I just hope that the final version isn't the same and gives us more missions like the A-Day rather than this superhero arena type of fighting thing. But overall, I did enjoy this beta up to some extent, but I'm not gonna lie though, after playing the beta for straight up 6 hours, I started getting bored of it. And I hope that the final game has something that really hooks me into the game much more than what the beta already has. So this is basically my small review on the Marvel Avengers beta. So anything I said in this video are only subjected to the beta. And I do know that the final game is going to be different. So some of you fanboys can stop commenting that this is just a beta and you already are criticizing it. And yes, of course, I will criticize a beta because this is the reason why betas are conducted, so that people can actually play the game and see how the final version of the game would actually look like, with a very small portion of it being shown in the beta version. And of course, the developers are going to be expecting us to give them feedbacks on the beta so they can improve the final version of the game. Now, I would love to know on which character will you guys be playing as in the Avengers beta, if you're already playing the closed beta or if you're ready for the open beta, which is going to be coming out next week. Now, my go-to hero in this game is the Hulk, and I would love to know on who you're going to be playing as, so please leave your feedbacks down below in the comment section. And if you guys are currently playing the closed beta, well then let me know in the comments on what do you guys think about the game so far. Because last night I put a poll on Twitter asking you guys to rate your experience with the beta, and the ratings were pretty mixed up, to be honest. And I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say about it so far in the comments down below. Now with that being said, if you guys are interested in watching videos more about open world games, then make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on that bell notifications because YouTube otherwise does not notify you guys when I upload my videos every single day. Now if you guys enjoyed this video and want to support me, then you can always feel free to go ahead and leave a like rating on this video. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Till then, take care friends, and goodbye.